tell us what the system does?
Well, the main functions of the system are to support the weight of the body, to protect internal organs, and to allow for movement.
Is there any way to differentiate the parts of the system?
There is for 206 bones in the human body. They are categorized as either appendicular or axial. The appendicular category allows for movement of body parts such as arms, legs, feet, and hands. This category also has two sets of bones and is girdles that connect the limbs to the body loosely enough for a wide range of motions. The important bones are the clavicle, the humerus, the radius, the ulna, the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges, and the pelvis. Now, the axial category is somewhat different. The axial category function is to support the weight of the body, protect the internal organs, and give a limited movement. The bones under axial are found in the trunk and the head of the body. It includes the 27 bones in the skull to protect the brain, 33 bones in the spine surrounded by the spinal cord, and 12 pairs of ribs to protect and a breastbone which connects the rib to the ribs and protect the heart and lungs.
That is a lot to take in. I see that you mentioned something about bones. Can you tell me more about bones?
Well, okay, so bones are living tissue which produce blood cells and act as storage for minerals. Bones are made of 3 layers of tissue. The outer layer, or periosteum, holds and protects blood vessels. The middle layer is compact tissue, which is a hard, dense layer that protects against bumps and jolts. It's made of calcium-rich rings that are contained by osteocytes. At the center of the ring are Haversian canals, which hold the blood vessels. And finally, the inner layer is sponge tissue, which is a less dense layer that connects porous tissues that hold and protects red or yellow bone marrow. When a person is young, the spongy bone is filled with red bone marrow. As a person matures, the red bone marrow is replaced with yellow bone marrow, which is mostly fat. Fun fact, only 2% of the animals on Earth have bony skeletons. Bones have greater pressure tolerance per ounce than steel.
Wouldn't the bones wear each other down so much if they're so strong?
They would. However, there is something called cartilage that protects bones from rubbing together and wearing down. It connects some bones together. Cartilage is flexible connective tissue found between bones.
What do you call it where 2 bones meet and cartilage holds them together?
The place where 2 bones meet is called a joint. There are 2 important joints. There are fibrous joints that don't allow movement. It's made of the same dense material of bones and act like a tough glue to hold in place. For example, the jawbone that connects to the teeth and the bones of the skull. Fun fact, the jawbone is the only bone that can move. The cartilaginous joint allows partial movement. The cartilage holds the bones together. As an example is how the vertebrae connects to the rib and breastbone. Then the synovial joints are cushioned by cartilage and connected by ligaments. Ligaments are flexible bands of connective tissue that are connected to the joint. There are 3 types of synovial joints. There are pivotal joints found where 2 bones turn on each other and allow rotation. For example, the top 2 vertebrae that support the skull, which allows the head to turn from left to right. The ball and socket joints, wherein were a knob-like end of a bone that fits into a bony cup. They allow for movement in almost any direction. These are found in the arm and thigh bone, where they meet where the shoulder blade and hip bone. And lastly, the hinge joints that allow for the bones to move in one direction that are found in knees, fingers, and toes.
Well, that is a lot of information about the bone system. Are there any diseases that we as humans should be cautious about?
Yes, in fact, there are some diseases such as arthritis, bone cancer, and leukemia. Arthritis is an inflammatory condition that affects joints. Typical symptoms include joint pain, swelling, and stiffness, accompanied by a reduction in ability to move freely with joints. Bone cancer is a disease that originates within a bone of the body, causing it to weaken. Common symptoms include fatigue, bone pain, and frequent bone fractures. Leukemia is also a form of bone cancer. However, this disease originates from the bone marrow and affects the lymphatic system, resulting in the formation of abnormal white blood cells.
No.
Good afternoon, America. This is Bruce Carton coming to you folks at home with information about the very thing that allows our movement. That's right, muscles. I have Dr. Phil Tendon with me at Franklin Studios. So what can you tell the people at home about muscles?
Hello, everyone.
Can you go more in depth with these types of muscles?
Exactly muscles are responsible for.
So do all these
are
muscles
needed for the
move
movement of
individually?
bones and to push blood, food,
Do
fluids, and
muscles
more
interact
throughout
with
the
any
body.
other body systems?
There are three different
And what
types
causes
of muscles
muscle
in the body.
contractions? Are
There's
tendons
skeletal,
like
smooth,
ligaments?
and cardiac.
Do we do the last part?
Are tendons like ligaments?
The
Okay, are there
skeletal
any
muscles are
diseases
attached to
affiliated
the
with muscles?
skeleton by tendon,
Yeah.
a connective tissue that
Okay,
begins
are
within
there
the
any
muscle
diseases affiliated with the
and then
muscles?
continues into the bone or
Done.
other muscles.
Done.
It continues into the